Hi guys, it's Rich from pitlanes.com. Today I am driving the URD T5 mod around Nurburgring. This is a payware mod, the car that is, the track is free. And really I just thought I would mosey about talking crap about rFactor 2. Because it's awesome. I have actually, I'm going to be honest, I've recorded this video now 3 times, and each time my video comes off as more negative than I wish it to, and I fear I may do the same again now. I've emptied 3 tanks in this car trying to do this. Firstly, let's talk about plus points. At the moment we build 770. They've just released the 64-bit EXE and 64-bit dedicated server, which is splendid. And for those that don't know, what this should do is it should allow, well, it does allow the user to utilize more than 4 GB of RAM. I believe it's 4 GB, and this means that it can load more textures in and also AI vehicles. So if you've got the RAM for it, you could probably run the Nordschleife with like 60 AI if you've got it, if you've got the power to do so. So that's a good step. And also I did read that there were major AI improvements. I've got to be honest, I don't really race the AI, even though I am right now, so I don't really know how they were improved, but that's a good thing. And also Railroad, now something that I know certain people have asked for a long time, Empty Box being one of them, I know he's mentioned it a lot, is to get rid of the artificially accelerated Railroad. I'm not really sure on the reasoning, just maybe because it's artificial. Maybe one day you'll see this video and tell me. That isn't a jab, by the way. I've never been sure on your reasoning for it, other than it's not correct. But anyway, and basically what they've done now is taken the multiplier off it, so you can either slow it down or speed it up, which is cool, or obviously have it at normal rate. And this last week in our league race I set the Railroad to normal, and it did build up a lot slower, and probably at a rate you might imagine. I believe I've got it accelerated now at 5 times, but yeah, it took an hour's worth of practice, 20 minutes of qualifying and an hour's worth of a race, and the track at Indianapolis still didn't have this much rubber on that you can see here. It didn't have this level, so they've definitely changed that. And also I believe there was just general changes to Railroad, which is cool. Now there's a really interesting thread, and this is where everything has been negative so far when I've pre-recorded this, but there's been a really interesting thread on the ISI forums, and basically it says, why do people enjoy dumping on rFactor 2? Now mostly the problems people have I just can't get with. Like, mostly from what I've seen, people complain about graphics. Now my genuine opinion is, if you're playing a sim game, any genre, for graphics, you're playing a sim game for the wrong reason. And this is going to sound so elitist, but if you want graphics, go and play, I don't know, Grid Autosport. Has that got better graphics? I don't even got it, but you know, I don't know why, but for me, graphics are not an expectation of a simulator, and I don't know why that is, but that's just me. And I suppose in saying that, that's why it is for some people, because not everyone's got the same expectations, but there we go. But the key one for me, which I know ISI are working on, is the approachability of rFactor 2. And what I mean by that is a place within the sim to go and get your mods. When I say I know they're working on it, I'm still a bit sketchy as to their actual plans, and actually I may throw an email over to Tim and find out what it is they're actually planning, because I know he's open to... yes, I just did that. Yeah, Tim's open to questions and stuff, and I know he is not a fan of misinformation, so... and that's another reason for re-recording, because I don't want to spread misinformation. But I do believe they're working or planning something, at least, to do with third-party mods, and maybe their vision is something like what I'm saying, that within the sim mods will be visible for people to download and things like that. But I think that's kind of key, because that kind of thing these days, rather than well, it is a cool feature, but it's kind of an expectation now. If you look at like race room and things like that, you know, they've got them built in to the UI right there, and I hope that's the kind of thing that they're aiming for. But yeah, I always try and promote rFactor 2 as much as I can. And actually, what I intend to do soon is a DW12 comparison with iRacing, but I refuse to do it until both versions are final or close to it. The iRacing version has only got the Indy version out currently. I believe they're coming with their final version very shortly, and ISI have always said that the current version of the DW12 from them only has one data source, and I believe Tim even said that they don't normally work like that. They normally have a couple or three, I think, for each vehicle. But I do recall reading on the forums that they've sourced another data source. So that's very encouraging, and hopefully we can get some progress there, because the DW12 is a car which rFactor 2 should be proud of, you know? But what I say, guys, is if you haven't got rFactor 2, there's a free demo. Go and check it out. It's always updated to the latest build, so you can have a representative demo. And also, what I highly suggest is make sure in the graphics settings you have HDR on, and also set your timing for something like this: early evening, late afternoon, early evening, because the lighting is just so much nicer and things like that. You know, so many people just go on 12 noon and the colours can look flat, and they are, because there's no shadows and stuff at 12 noon. So yeah, that's my advice. Probably just talk crap for I don't even know how long, but I'm not used to doing these talk and drive type things. I just figured I'd put one out there. As for the vehicle, I'm not sure if I mentioned its pricing and things. I think I did, but it's like €7 at the minute. It's about £5, and in that package you get the 2012 and 2013 DTM cars. You get Audi, Mercedes and BMW, and also there is a test car bit, and I don't really understand what that bit's for, but you get another 5 in that, so you're getting like 11 cars for £5, and all of these vehicles from URD are scratch built. So I did see an upgrade thing on this one, so I'm not sure whether it was just a lovingly upgraded rFactor 1 mod. I'm not sure. but I've driven this now for maybe 2 hours total, and I've got to say, worth every penny. Really good drive. Buzz feedback's really good. The model detail seems really nice. I really like this cockpit. Seems nice to me. The handling is really responsive. There's way more grip than you first expect in it as well. Such weapons. But yeah, I don't really got what else to talk about, guys. So if you like the video, comment with any criticisms or any input really to the video. Always looking to improve or bring content you want. If you want to see me drive in a certain sim, I've got pretty much all of them. Please feel free to drop me a comment and I'll give you a drive. But until next time, guys, I shall see you soon. Cheers.